Today's video was going to be on a more serious topic, centering around the whole Game Grumps and Dan Avidan situation, but it wasn't pedophilia or grooming. You're still scummy for ghosting Fancy Slut with, though. Yeah, so that got blown out of the water. But I had a topic in that video that I think deserves a whole video on its own. And that, plus I need my sweet YouTube analytics, please. It's no secret that with the rise of certain content creators, there has been an increase in these obsessive fans, or how we have dubbed them, stans. But we're not here to talk about them. Well, okay, mostly not here to talk about them. I mean, how can I not? Look at this, it's like striking oil, man. Today I wanted to shift focus on the recent actions of some content creators and how an already toxic small percentage of a community can be allowed to continue this downward trend of depravity. Before we begin, I'd like to preface this section with saying that I understand being an obsessive fan. I mean, for an early part of the 2010s, I swear I spent almost every waking hour after school just scrolling through Minecraft YouTube, just waiting for the next Sky Does Minecraft video, lmaoo, or even Captain Sparkle's video to get uploaded. Wait, hold on, when was Sky at his prime? Oh, almost a decade. Oh my god, I'm a walking corpse, man. I guarantee you, if YouTuber merch was big back then as it is today, I'd be filled to the brim in probably butter t-shirts, Minecraft skin JPEGs on my hat or something. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a sweater with just like a drawn MS Paint smile on it. I mean, come on, Dream, like hire a graphic designer, man. How many views did your last video get? You got money, man, come on, don't do that shit. But as time went on, my taste in content ultimately changed. I went from watching grown men playing Minecraft to watching grown men playing Gmod, and then ultimately went back to watching grown men playing okay. Listen, my viewing habits on YouTube might have not changed as drastically as I think they did, but perhaps the biggest thing that changed was how I perceived these content creators. But where that shift in attitude towards these creators had become ever more prevalent, the negative aspects didn't get left behind. And what used to feel like this vocal minority just ringing in the back of the room kind of festered into this culmination of the failings from demon souls just lashing out at anyone who dares criticize their community, or heaven forbid, criticism towards the content creator themselves. But with that being said, I'd like to transition to the first section of this video. Now, to address the biggest fucking elephant in the room so far, Dream and his community. Okay, wait, no, put down the pitchforks, don't castrate me just yet, hear me out. I think Dream's content is okay, and can even be good at times. I do not hate Dream or his videos, and I can respect how he, unfortunately, chooses to market his own brand, even though I don't always agree to it. Okay, you can continue with the prodding and burning. It's just the total lack of care in how Dream handles the more obscure part of his community that really put a sour taste in my mouth. Recently, there was this account by the name Nintendo Fac, which is basically just a Nintendo facts, quotation marks, shitposting account that put out a tweet saying that Dream really doesn't deserve his popularity, and while that's his opinion, that's fine. He is completely allowed to have it and speak it if he wishes. With that being said, it's not something to send death threats over. And even the continuous harassment that the owner of this account has been facing, it's despicable, it's horrible. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. It got to the point where the owner of the account even started a hashtag, Cancel Dream Stands, where he just wants to call to light the bullshit of Dream's community. Or at least this small percentage of it, that is. Eventually, Dream himself even responded to it. He put out tweets a couple of days ago, just kind of poking fun, making a joke out of the situation a bit. I mean, he went into the whole ordeal saying, "This community has gone way too far. A bunch of mostly teenagers enjoying watching content creators and making friends with each other? I've never seen anything quite as disgusting. Hashtag cancel dream stands." He goes on and on, turning the whole thing into a thread, but what I was surprised to see was how he mentioned the recent death threats put out by what I hope is a small percentage of his viewers. But, I mean, reading it out, when you look at this, and then look at the thread before it, I can't help but feel that his whole take on the death threat situation comes off as disingenuous. Maybe that's just me, maybe I'm really dumb, but I don't know, there's something shady about that. And when I say disingenuous, I don't mean he's like advocating for people to send death threats to people who criticize Dream in any way, shape, or form. No. Don't get me wrong. But it kind of makes it feel like he doesn't care about what's happening to these smaller accounts and people just, speaking their mind on the whole Dream thing. It's just a whole mess. I feel like we've reached that stage of the internet where we can confidently draw a line between being an obsessive fan and just being an average enjoyer of content. It's like that meme format. The average Dream stan versus the average epic SMP enjoyer. When that hashtag was started, it was made with the intention of highlighting only the certain aspect of that small portion of the community. Obviously not everyone, it's, when we say cancel Dream stans, stan usually, or at least how I perceive it, has a negative connotation. So if you're getting mad over hashtag cancel Dream stans, then you're probably part of the issue that the hashtag is trying to address. But going back to the tweet thread, Dream could have just as easily posted that tweet about him not tolerating death threats within his community. Okay, well, maybe just a little bit edited from the original. And it would have had a better impact than this amalgamation of downplaying the situation and giving your community a pat on the back. Like, what? Denouncing and putting a forthright statement about the activities of this small percentage of viewers makes the majority of your community notice the flaws and hopefully call it out when they see it. Phrasing it the way Dream did will do nothing, because when another Dream fan sees some rabid teenager on Twitter just being toxic and sending death threats to protect the honor of his Dream creator, they're just gonna think, well, it's only a vocal minority. Now, this video isn't about making fun of the haha funny Dream man. It's just what I noticed, and fortunately enough, I'm not the only one to pick up on Dream's dodgy behavior as well as his inflated ego. I just chose Dream to showcase how the ego of a creator can affect how toxicity is seen within a community. And we've seen this time and time again. Not always to the same degree, mind you, but the pattern is still there.
Charlie, continue. Why is he so spoiled or whatever you were saying? Well, I was just saying, I thought Kaya didn't believe he had an ego. I was just going to say, because I went on a podcast with him and he was telling this story about, like, he always knew he was going to blow up and his advice to up-and-comers was to be super confident to the point of arrogance.
Before I even posted my first video, there was like this 6-month period where I was like, you know what? Like, it can't be that hard to do YouTube. I was being cocky. I was to the point where I was like bragging, like, yeah, I'm going to be at 1 million subs. And
he said he used to leverage favors from the community by promising them he'd blow up and remember them.
I had no subs and I was trying to get a favor from somebody because I thought it would help me. It was really dumb. I wanted some like rank on some server that would then help me get my name out there.
It was kind of douchey.
Jesus Christ, that is super douchey.
Whoa. Yeah.
Did you say that to his face? Or were you a pussy?
I didn't get a chance because everyone else was busy complimenting it.
Okay, being real here, there has always been creators, big and small, that have done something worthy of criticism, or sometimes in very extreme cases, they have been outright cancelled. But somewhere between there, we find YouTubers that continuously push the boundary in how they either present their content or even how they act outside of it, through Twitter, vlogs, etc. The most prominent creator I can see that fits into this category would be none other than Jschlatt. When the name Jschlatt pops up in my head, I think of a creator that wants to provide good content, whether it be stories from his everyday living or obscure Wii games that he finds or buys offline. Even before that, with his masterpiece of a video, an ode to Minecraft, and his many memorable moments on SMP Live and Epic SMP. Now, I know it sounds like I'm sucking off Jschlatt and his content and being a total hypocrite compared to the first part of this video, I know, but there's a difference between respect and blind following. However, in most recent events concerning a certain video, oh man, I've started taking a closer look at Jschlatt's past actions as well as this most recent one, and just coming to terms that putting all your faith into a creator being an echelon of prosperity whilst ignoring the signs that something is wrong is a very dangerous way to approach the content creators you enjoy. Sure, there are hyperfixations and people that will fight tooth and nail to defend every action of a creator like Jschlatt or others. And at the surface level, sure, it seems okay, whatever, it's just being annoying, but just how longer will it take until it evolves into another Dream fiasco? Just mirrored from creator to creator. I think it's important to analyze why you enjoy a creator's content to that degree and think to yourself, if this creator wasn't here, would I be fine? Is there no one else that can fill that space in terms of attitude or style? And if the answer is no, and the reliance becomes something akin to parasocial to an unhealthy degree, then the underlying issue goes deeper than just feeling attached. This leads me to the next and last part of this video. Now, don't get me wrong. Striking a balance when it comes to the idolization of a content creator, especially if they portray themselves as a character. And when I say character, I don't mean like a PNG avatar crossing their arms on screen like how I'm doing right now, but a character as in they depict themselves as someone who isn't themselves. A facade, a mask. I mean, this character that you only know as the Wiggle Effect goat on screen is not really different from how Dream, Jschlatt, and many others allow the audience to see them as. Sure, that's not black and white, and there is a spectrum from being yourself and a character, but the fact of the matter remains. You don't know anything about the person on the other half of the screen besides what they have decided to show you about themselves. It's always funny to me whenever I see those tweets about unproblematic YouTubers. We're giving people a pedestal we honestly know next to nothing about. And the issue with that mindset is that every so often we're reminded that these creators aren't some untouchable gods who can do nothing wrong, but in fact they're quite the opposite. But no matter what content you choose to consume or who you follow on Twitter, it's always important to never let your infatuation take control and cause anyone else harm. And especially keeping that balance of respect and admiration, because if you can't do that, then you'll fall.